Want to improve your speaking skills while reading your favorite books? Then you need to try shadowing. It's a great way to work on your pronunciation, natural rhythm, and connected speech. Now I'll read a passage from The Lord of the Rings. Listen closely, try to repeat, and imitate what you hear. Ready? Let's get started. Chapter 1. A Long-Expected Party. When Mr. Bilbo Baggins of Backhand announced that he would shortly be celebrating his 111st birthday with a party of special magnificence, there was much talk and excitement in Hobbiton. Bilbo was very rich and very peculiar, and had been the wonder of the Shire for 60 years, ever since his remarkable disappearance and unexpected return. The riches he had brought back from his travels had now become a local legend. And it was popularly believed, whatever the old folk might say, that the hill at Backhand was full of tunnels stuffed with treasure. And if that was not enough for fame, there was also his prolonged vigor to marvel at. Time wore on, but it seemed to have little effect on Mr. Baggins. At 90, he was much the same as at 50. At 99, they began to call him well-preserved, but unchanged would have been nearer the mark. There were some that shook their heads and thought this was too much of a good thing. It seemed unfair that anyone should possess, apparently, perpetual youth, as well as, reputedly, inexhaustible wealth. It will have to be paid for, they said. It isn't natural, and trouble will come of it. But so far, trouble had not come, and as Mr. Baggins was generous with his money, most people were willing to forgive him his oddities and his good fortune. He remained on visiting terms with his relatives, except, of course, the Sackville Bagginses, and he had many devoted admirers among the hobbits of poor and unimportant families. But he had no close friends until some of his younger cousins began to grow up. The eldest of these, and Bilbo's favorite, was young Frodo Baggins. When Bilbo was 99, he adopted Frodo as his heir and brought him to live at Backhand, and the hopes of the Sackville Bagginses were finally dashed. Bilbo and Frodo happened to have the same birthday, September the 22nd. "You had better come and live here, Frodo, my lad," said Bilbo one day, "and then we can celebrate our birthday parties comfortably together." At that time, Frodo was still in his tweens, as the hobbits called the irresponsible 20s, between childhood and coming of age at 33. 12 more years passed. Each year, the Bagginses had given very lively combined birthday parties at Backhand. But now it was understood that something quite exceptional was being planned for that autumn. Bilbo was going to be 111. 111, a rather curious number and a very respectable age for a hobbit. The old Took himself had only reached 130, and Frodo was going to be 33. 3, an important number, the date of his coming of age. Tongues began to wag in Hobbiton and Bywater, and rumor of the coming event traveled all over the Shire. The history and character of Mr. Bilbo Baggins became once again the chief topic of conversation, and the older folk suddenly found their reminiscences in welcome demand. Let's break down some tricky words and practice their pronunciation. And the first one is 11th. 11th. This is a fun and made-up way of saying 111th. Next we have magnificence. Magnificence. What does it mean? It is something that is very impressive. And here it describes how the party was expected to be huge, exciting, full of beauty, peculiar. 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 And it is something that is strange or unusual. In this case, it means that Bilbo is not like other hobbits. He's a bit different. remarkable, 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 remarkable. It is something that is very extraordinary or worth talking about. And next we have vigor, vigor, vigor. What does it mean? It means energy or strength. And we also have well-preserved, 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 well-preserved. And it means looking healthy and young even as you age. And here it means that Bilbo doesn't look as old as he really is. Next we have perpetual, perpetual, perpetual. And it means something that goes on forever without stopping. In this case, it refers to Bilbo's perpetual youth. Reputedly, 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 reputedly. And it is about what people believe or what is said, even though it is not proven. Inexhaustible, inexhaustible, inexhaustible. It is something that doesn't run out, like it's endless. When talking about Bilbo's wealth, it means he seems to have an endless amount of money. Natural, natural. Natural is something that is normal. Trouble, trouble. And it means problems, difficulties or danger. Generous, generous, generous. It is someone who is willing to give more than needed, like money. So here, Bilbo is generous with his wealth, which makes people more forgiving of his odd behavior. Oddities. Oddities. What does it mean? A strange word. And it means strange or unusual qualities or habits. Relatives. 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 And these are family members. Devoted. Devoted. Very loyal or loving. Devoted. Admired. From admire. Admired. Admired. So to admire means to respect or think highly of someone. Here, Bilbo was admired by many hobbits, especially by those from poor families who were grateful for his generosity. Eldest. Eldest is the oldest, of course, especially in a family. And here, Frodo is the eldest of Bilbo's younger cousins. Favorite. Favorite. Favorite is the person or thing you like the most. For example, what's your favorite ice cream? Heir. A tricky one to pronounce. Heir. Who is an heir? Heir. It's a person who is supposed to inherit something from someone. Dashed. Dashed. What does it mean? It is something that is ruined or destroyed. Lad. Frodo, my lad. It's a young boy or a young man, often used in a friendly way. Tweens. Tweens. It is the time between childhood and adolescence, usually between the age of 10 and 12. But here, it is used to describe Frodo's age in his 20s. So before hobbits are considered fully grown, at age of 33, they're tweens. Just tweens. Moving on, next we have irresponsible. I love this one. Irresponsible, this beautiful sound. irresponsible. Irresponsible. And it is someone who is not behaving in a mature or responsible way. Lively. 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 It is something of someone full of energy and excitement. Here, for example, the birthday parties were lively, meaning they were fun and active and full of life. Curious. 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 Here, for example, the number 11 is described as curious. So it can be something strange or unusual. We can also say, I'm curious. Do you know what it means? Let me know in the comments. Respectable. Respectable. It is something that is worthy of respect or admiration. Rumor. Again, love this sound. Rumor. Rumor. It's a piece of gossip or information that spreads without being confirmed. Demand. Demand. You choose. So it is the desire or request for something. And here, for example, the older Hobbit stories or collections were in demand, meaning everyone wanted to hear them. Mordor. Thanks for joining me on this adventure in the Shire. I hope you found this video fun and helpful. Make sure to like and subscribe. And in the next videos, we'll be heading to Rivendell and Mordor. See you soon.